Alright, I believe this is on. So, viewers, welcome to the second biggest American race there is. Gather round for the Indianapolis 100. This is the PetrolHead's biggest oval event yet, featuring over 18 drivers, a 500 VRP prize. That's a fiver's worth of in-game currency to buy cars with. 3 main teams, and only one of them can be crowned the Indianapolis champion. So let's see our grid form up in 15 minutes of qualifying. I should probably go over the teams now. So we got Mike Bartman and Philip Bertram. They are drafting together down the main stretch, starting their first hot laps. They are both two teammates. They are very experienced and most likely the favourite to win. Another team we have yet to see is Tom Zeloff and Death Proof, two drivers from both the Brother Ops community. And then we have a massive PetrolHead racing division, consisting of Andy Darnell, Fotis Isoglu, Rhino Berger, George Rallis Das, I believe, Henry Kotochville, and, last but not least, Sotras Moraitis. That's a lie, Christian Kubevich is also in there. We're starting to see a leaderboard start to form up. We got 4 times, we got 8 times right now. So we got a benchmark of 46.076. Set by Mike Bartman and his drafting partner, Bertram, I mean. I've butchered that almost completely. Well, they're going almost half a second quicker. Let's see what they get on there. In just the second round of hot laps, they've managed to achieve a 45.1, with Philip Bertram setting almost literally the exact same time. Meanwhile, Fotis Isoglu for PetrolHead sets the 3rd fastest time, followed by Rhino Berger, who sets the 4th fastest. Sotras Moraitis goes for a respectable 5th fastest, ahead of the Brother Ops first driver, Tom Zeloff, in P6. On the leaderboard it says Z-Bach, but that's Tom Zeloff, and the Canadian flag. Lots of these drivers are in teams. You can usually tell which team they're in by looking at their livery. The GoPro cars, such as the blue and white cars that you'd see on Andy Darnell and Sotras Moraitis, they're all PetrolHead's cars. It made it pretty easy to see the teams because it's such a big event. Doesn't usually get this big anymore. It's the biggest one we've had in ages. Sotras Moraitis and Andy Darnell drafting together to achieve 3rd and 4th fastest. Very well done to the two. Held up by traffic from the Monster Energy cars there. It's roughly a 45-second lap, this, so you can blink and the entire leaderboard can change. Now you must be wondering, Michael, This isn't road racing, this is oval. It's literally driving in circles. What's exciting about this? Well, you're right about one thing, it's driving in circles, but it's a lot more complicated than that. See, in this discipline of racing, cars can work together in teams to push each other along the track. The reason you see people pushing each other up, like, around the place is because if you drive behind another car, you get a speed boost. And then you can use that speed boost to bump the car ahead, so you get a faster speed going down the straight. This is what's known as bump drafting, and it's very important in the world of oval racing. This speed boost is also what enables you to make passes in this discipline. It's quite literally chess on four wheels. Also at just over 300 kilometers an hour, but mainly chess on four wheels. Now, strategy is going to be a very important part of this race as well, because as much these IndyCar machines are marvels of technology, they are limited in the amount of fuel they can carry. They cannot last the full race distance of 40 laps or 100 miles on a single tank of fuel. They're going to have to come in and refuel at one point in the race. So when, at one point in the race, are these people going to pit in for the lap? What lap are they going to be pitting in for an extra fuel boost? Well, that's up to the driver to figure out, and it's also up to how much they can conserve fuel in their cars. There's many different ways you can save fuel in these cars compared to the others. For example, if you're in a draft, if you're the car behind, you can stay in someone else's draft and you can use the speed boost to stay behind. But what you can do is you can excuse me. They can use the speed boost they can turn down their engine power. They can go into a lower preset on their engine and use less fuel, but they can still stay with the cars in front. They're still fast. This enables them to stay out for longer than the competition. This is a strategy that I've employed myself while practicing for this race. I was going to run this race myself, but unfortunately I'm out of a rig, so I'm not racing today. So we've got 5 minutes to go, and it looks like we're starting to see a solid result of the drivers here today. Your top 16 consists of Philip Bertram in first position with a benchmark of 44.9.01. Take away that last decimal point. Mike Bartman less than a tenth behind, and then there's Andy Darnell, a second and 1/10 off of the leading time, with Sotiris Moraitis completing the second row. He can easily make moves if he's quick enough. He's gotten a very good starting position, Sotiris Moraitis. In fifth we have Fotis Isoglu, and then in sixth we have Tom Zeloff. Seventh goes to Rhino Berger, P8 goes to Hiri Kotochville, P9 goes to Vic Vega in P9, and P10 Alistair Baker is in P10. P11 goes to Daniel Lastra. P12, Christian Kubovic 4 tenths and 4 seconds 2 tenths off the pace. George Rallistas in P13. Graham Darnell in P14. Andy Foster 15th. And Ivan Vettel completes the back of the grid. Philip Bertram goes even quicker than he was before. A few hundredths of a second quicker. Although he's already on pole, he goes quicker than his previous best time, so he sets a new benchmark. Mike Bartman and Philip Bertram are still going at it. Mike Bartman is in second place. It's basically 1-2 for their team. I have no idea what they're called, but I'm just going to go off the delivery of their car. I'm going to call them the Hitachi team. A pair of Germans on a mission. One minute and a half to go of qualifying, and we will be seeing the drivers racing. So that appears to be it. So yeah, it's Philip Bertram and Mike Bartman on pole in first and second. Andy Darnell and Sotiris Moraitis with the very next positions in the second row. Third row is Fotis Isoglu and Tom Seeloff. Fourth row is Reinhard Berger and Hiri Kartachvil. So, just a small correction there. So, Philip and Mike are both in a team. I got their actual team name here. Sorry about that. They're not Hitachi. They are half a second racing. Got a good ring to it. So they're on pole in the first row. Second row, Andy and Sotiris on the second row. Third row, it's Samaritas. No, it's Kartachvil and Rhino Berger. Those are your top 6, and we will be racing in 5 minutes. Philip Bertram doing a little bit of a donut in the pits in celebration of his dominant pole position. So the qualifying paces and everything, people. Race pace is a big factor as well. So the race leaders are they've proved that they're quick over the course of one lap. And with their teammates drafting each other. But there's no guarantee that they'll run the race without any hitches. Like, there's a degree of consistency you have to maintain in lap time in order to stay in front. Because if you fall behind on lap time, others will catch you. That's why I think Andy Darnell and Cesar Moraes will be able to get back into this race and maybe compete for the win. And of course, in oval racing, one of the most exciting parts about it is the crashes. You can get very big pile-ups in these big grids of 18 cars. And yeah, accidents happen in this discipline. So we could very well have like one of the front runners get taken out. And other people will be able to swoop in and capitalize. We are racing in 2 minutes 40 seconds, people. And something I'd also like to mention, it isn't as simple as driving around the circuit. You also have to, each of the drivers have their own individual setup. And you have to set up an oval car very different to a road car. And that's the difference between like the people who were almost like 4 seconds off the pace at the back of the grid. That's the difference, because he didn't have a setup. There's a whole bunch of things you have to change in the car. And Philip Bertram and Mike Barshman, those two have been perfecting their oval setups very, very well. They've been spending hours and hours of every day in the run-up to this race. They are easily the best prepared. But anything can happen in motor racing, and it usually does. So I won't lose all hope yet. Besides, only one of the teammates can take the checkered flag to win, so they're going to have a battle on their hands, no matter what. Because they're going to need to stick with each other to make a gap. And if they end up with their own little bubble, that leaves them just those two to duke it out. We're coming to the end of warm-up. And here's another one of the very important... Sorry about that. Here's another very important... hello there, Antonio, this is a commentator channel. You should probably keep your microphone muted. Besides, you might want to go and talk with everyone else in Indy team chat, because you might want to work with each other. Just my thoughts. But anyway, rolling start here for the Indy 100. They are rolling. There is 40 laps to complete, which is 100 miles. And here we go, it's the start of the Indy 100. Bertram goes ahead. Andy Darnell and Mike Bartman are going ahead, head-to-head with Soteres Moraitis, who's dropping back down a little bit. He's up there and fighting. There's a little bit of a pile-up on the start-finish stretch back there. Maximilian Rakitansky is in P12 at the minute. He started from the back. He did not qualify. He's supposed to be Tom Zelof's teammate. And that's Fotis Isoglu. He got crashed out. Bertram and Bartman are running away with it. But that is Andy Darnell in third position. He's giving chase. Mike Bartman is also using push to pass. And I assume Andy Darnell is matching. Three seconds back, there's a train there with Vic Vega leading, and then it just got overtaken by Soteres Moraitis. Moraitis is now in P4 out of P18. He now has the gargantuan task of catching the 3 cars ahead. I have no doubt he can do it. Lap 3, and Philip Bertram is leading and Mike Bartman is second, and Andy Darnell is 3/10 behind them, still barely in the tow. Looks like he's making a move. He's forced to the outside there. And he has to drop back. And he wanted to try and make a move, but he doesn't have the speed to do it. He needs to stay in that train. The train of 3 cars ahead of the pack are getting away, it seems. They're building a gap to the P4. We are 4 laps in, and Andy Darnell only has 2 push-to-pass charges left. Philip Bertram has 3. Arno Berger in the background, meanwhile, moves up to P5. He's working with Soteres here to try get up into the podium spots here. Christian Kibovic in the midfield, meanwhile, is making positions. He thought he had the move done against Alistair Baker back in P9 and P10, but he couldn't get the move done. He drops back, he maintains 2/10 of distance. Oh, that's one of the half-a-second racing cars. That's Mike Bartman. This is what I've been talking about. Anything can go wrong. Mike Bartman is spun out, and that Indy car is a write-off. And with that, Andy Darnell's on the outside. He's going to try make the move happen, and he does. Philip Bertram is slotting in behind there. It looks like he's losing a lot of his speed now. Meanwhile, in P4 and P3, it's going to be Sauterus Moraitis leading the last podium place as Reidoberger working with them. Kiri Kratochville is almost around 4/10 back, and Tom Zeloff is also in there. Reidoberger is pushing Sauterus. They're working together to maintain that last podium position for PetrolHead Racing. Behind them for 5th and 6th. It looks like Tom Zeloff is chasing down Jiri Kratochville for 5th. His original teammate did not show up, so he's trying to make trying to make anything work. I spoke to him earlier, and it seemed that he wanted to beat Bartman the most. Well, he got his wish, but he didn't have to work very hard for it. And Mike Bartman's has to be given a cost speeding in the pit lane, so he's going to have to go for a drive-through. Well, that's what my UI says anyway. Very odd. Bartman, someone who was in P2, qualified 2nd in front of the pack of everyone else by almost a second, is now at the very back of the grid with a damaged car. It's a pack of 4 cars at the minute for P3. Reidoberger is in the center of it, and that's a car going slowly. That's Rambaud. And Antonin Rambaud in P12, he's going to be going to a standstill. He's going to start finish straight. This is going to be this could be catastrophic if he doesn't hold escape soon. He's going to have to disappear off the track before a car's come flying by. No accidents. That could have caused something horrendous though. Reidoberger's Alright, so here's Antonin Rambaud. He's getting back up to speed. He's had a bit of a technical problem, I believe. Reidoberger has been fighting with Vic Vega for P4. We got a midfield train and we got a leader train. In lead right now we've got... Oh, look at that! It's... Never mind. My apologies. Oh, that's a flying Indy car! That's Tom Zeloff. That is very, very disappointing. Tom's Indy car just goes flying in the air, comes crashing down like his hopes and dreams. I suppose today is just not his day. Tom's still in it though. He's got a damaged car, but he's still in it. He can get that fixed up in the pits, no problem. Oh, we just had another accident! That's Sauterus Moraitis in it! In P4, he's getting back on the track very quickly. He needs to get back up to speed as fast as he can. Vic Vega's done him dirty. That was without a shadow of a doubt. Well, it's not very healthy for either car, is it? And I believe Tom Zilliff is disconnected, according to my UI. Despite damage, Rhino Berger and Salters Moraitis are still P3 and P4. Andy Darnell is still chasing down Bertram. He's sticking with him. Andy Darnell and Fotis Isoglu, despite his teammate being a lap down, they're working with each other here. And Mike Bartman is 3 laps down, but he's still helping Philip Bertram. That's what teammates are all about. If one of you are still in the running, then make sure your teammate wins it, if not you. And that looks like Fotis Isoglu dropping back. That's a very unfortunate situation for Tom Zaloff. One hit after another. And he's now without a teammate now. He's going to have to try and make this work. He needs to chase down Philip Bertram and Mike Bartman. They're obviously communicating with each other. One of them, the one that got damaged during the start, has pitted in for repairs, and despite being lapped down, they arranged to meet up to pit out in front of each other. It's a very good strategy and very good teamwork for the two, half a second racing two cars. Despite damage, Salters Moraitis is still in P4. He's making it very well with that damaged car. It might not be that damaged after all. You never know. Towards the top of the midfield there, it's another Canadian, Alistair Baker in P5. Now it's Christian Kibovich. They're both fighting for position there. The battle for P5. They're bump drafting each other. They're trying to get them. They're working together. They're not in VC, but they're working together to try and get back into the game. They need to work together to catch the leading cars up front. And Salters Moraitis has made it past Rhino Berger to reclaim 3rd position. Very well done. He's made it clear that he is the faster car. And it looks like Andy Darnell is starting to drop back from Philip Bertram. He's starting to lose the 2 half-a-second racing cars. And he's going to start dropping back. And now it's going to present an opportunity for Salters Moraitis. If him and Rhino Berger work together now, they might be able to settle for first, second and third, respectively. It's all about teamwork. Christian Kibovich is working with Alistair Baker. Andy's had a little bit of an accident. It's Sartorius Moraitis in P2. Andy's back in 6th now with no push to pass charges remaining. And with no teammate to help him, he's in big trouble. Well, this is what I've been waiting for. Sartorius Moraitis in 2nd position, ahead of Rhino Berger. The two of them have been helping each other very well. We've got 20 laps in, 20 to go. We are 50 miles into the Indianapolis 100. Philip Bertram has managed to pull off an insane gap between him and Sartorius Moraitis. But he is not invincible. If something happens to Bertram, the prize is going to be inherited by Sartorius Moraitis. Rhino Berger will be also following him. If we see these two 1st and 2nd place on the lead lap, it's quite possible that these teammates stop. Oh, that's a spin, and they've crashed into each other. They're soaring through the air. It's the P9, Graham Darnell. And the other car involved is it's one of the GoPro cars. It seems to be like one of the PetrolHead SimRacing cars. I did not catch who that was, but that is very bad. P8, Andy Darnell. He was in it. He's lost his front wing. Graham Darnell's also lost his front wing. He's out, I believe. Graham Darnell is out of the Indianapolis 100, but Andy seems to be pushing on forward. He's got no front wing. He needs that repaired, or else he's going to drop back even further. Rhino Berger and Sartorius Moraitis are in the pits. They've decided that the best way that they can try and make time on Phil Bertram is if they can undercut him through pit stop strategy. There's Photosystic he's out of a teammate now. Needs to find Andy somewhere on the track. "17 laps to go in the Indianapolis 100. Photosystic is having a bit of a trouble here. He needs to defend P9 from Daniel Lastra in P10. So let's have a look at the current state of the race. So Philip Bertram is leading. He's pitted. He's already pitted. Alistair Baker has been given a drive-through penalty for speeding in the pit lane as he exits. He's going to have to come in again. He's going to lose even more time. Not ideal. And as everyone goes into the pits, it's Sorceress Moraitis, who soars back into action. He's in P3 at the minute. He's caught Kiri Kurtochvil, who's yet to pit. But that aerodynamics fix has given him the extra speed he needs to catch the cars in front. Next he's going to be going after Christian Kibovic. More and more cars are starting to peel into the pits for a stop. They need to refuel their tires and repair their cars. Rhino Berger, Sorceress Moraitis' teammate, is almost 10 seconds back on Sorceress Moraitis as a gap is starting to form. And it's happened. It's Sorceress Moraitis, who's taken P2. He's going to be catching P2. He's gotten past Christian Kibovic, and Rhino Berger has too. Andy Darnell is on a charge. He's in P4. He was somewhere at the back a moment ago. Andy had to go and pit in. Or has he? I think he might have gotten his fuel and car repairs in the same stop, and now he's flying. He's in P4 at the minute. He's chasing down Rhino Berger and Sorceress Moraitis. He's overtaken Christian Kibovic and Vic Vega before him. Can he catch up with the rest of the pack at the front for 12 laps to go? Christian Kibovic has a little bit of a trump card up his sleeve, it seems. He's been saving his push to pass charges, while everyone else was spammed it at the start. Meanwhile, Vic Vega in 5th place. He has no push to pass, and he has no front wing. So, Vic is already pitted, but making a second pit stop is going to put him out of the midfield positions. Well, that's interesting. He's catching up to Andy Darnell without that front wing. And he's slowing down. Vic Vega might be able to make this move happen. Neither car has their front wing left. They're side by side going over the back stretch, going into turn 3. Vic Vega makes it on the inside. And takes P4 10 laps to go. "25 miles, ladies and gents." Hasn't been really too much going on in terms of the lead because Philip Bertram has been dominating. Nothing bad has happened to him, unlike his teammate Mike Bartman. And as a result, he's built up a 38.7 second gap to the car in P2, Soteris Moraitis. Andy Darnell and Vic Vega are having to work together to try catch Soteris Moraitis and Rhino Berger in their train. Correction, Vic Vega and Rhino Berger and Soteris aren't in the train actually. Rhino is 18 seconds away from Soteris. Despite not having front wings, Andy Darnell and Vic Vega are actually making solid progress. 8 laps to go, can they do it? They need to make up 19 seconds worth of lap time for Vic Vega and Andy Darnell to start competing over P3, and almost double that to try catch Soteris Moraitis. They've got no wings, no push to pass to work with. They've only got themselves to push. So push like heck. With 7 laps to go, anything can happen. Gaps increased to 43.1 seconds between Soteris Moraitis and Philip Bertram. Soteris is the one car who hasn't been lapped by Bertram yet. Soteris has proved very, very good. He's been a very good driver thus far to be the only one staying on the lead lap. Andy Darnell and Vic Vega, meanwhile, they've reduced the 8-second gap to 5.5 seconds. Now down to 5 seconds. Rhino Berger is starting to slow down. 4.5 for Vic Vega and Andy Darnell. They're on a rocket ride, yeah. On a rocket ride now. Here we come. 5 laps to go. Andy and Vic are on a charge right now to catch the people in 3rd and 2nd. They might just do it. Passing a little bit of traffic like it's nothing. Four to go. Soteris Moraitis, he sees the half-a-second racing cars in the back of him. He's in 2nd, but he might be able to try to pull something off here. He's going to try hanging his toe. If he gets past, he's got no teammates helping him. Even though Mike Bartman got wrecked at the start, he's still helping Bertram to maintain the win for half a second racing. Come on, Sunrise, get on that train. You got 3 laps to go. Andy Darnell and Vic Vega are 1 second off of Rhino Burger now. Under a second now. They are getting very close to getting the last podium position in the dying stages of the race. It's a 3-car train. And they scatter. Rhino Burger's getting away. Andy Darnell's starting to lose a lot of speed. He can't make that move that easily because of his front wing is missing. Vic Vega inherits the position. These blunders might make this the last nail in the coffin. Rhino Burger might very well come out with his first podium. One to go. We are inches away from finishing the race. And you guys, the race is over. Philip Bertram wins 500 VRP and prize, €5 in VRP. Saltores Moraitis comes home in a valiant second place. Very, very well done. Vic Vega manages to take third position at the very last second, working with Andy Darnell to bring it home in P4. Very, very good race. Very good show from all of you. I'm going to see what I can do, and maybe I can get some post-race interviews with some of these guys. So don't go anywhere. Well,